Stage 1 and Stage 2, pressing for flight.
LD, verify, go for launch.
LD verifies, go for launch.
Preparing now to go into terminal count at T-minus 30 seconds.
T-minus 30. T-minus 20.
Falcon 9 is configured for flight.
T-minus 15 seconds.
T-minus 10.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition and liftoff of the Falcon 9 to the space station on the first commercial launch from Kennedy Space Center's historic Pad 39A.
Pad operations on Pad Net A.
Copy, Wilco.
Stage 1 propulsion phenomenal.
Power telemetry on nominal.
Vehicle now going transonic through the sound barrier. Maximum dynamic pressure is reached. Main engine cutoff of the Falcon 9 coming at 2 minutes and 19 seconds. Mission control from Hawthorne, California now, controlling the flight.
LC, this is so on countdown.
Stage separation.
And separation of the first and second stage is confirmed.
Stage 1 is under its flip.
Getting ready for the first stage to re-enter.
Stage 1 boost back burn has started.
And we will be hearing sonic booms here at Cape Canaveral just prior to the landing of the first stage, as the second stage flight continues.
Stage 1 boost back shut down.
Dragon fairing has been jettisoned. We're looking at the burn of the second stage as well as the first stage preparing for its re-entry. Landing fins deployed.
Bermuda acquisition of signal.
Now good data coming in from Bermuda. Second stage continuing to burn well with the Dragon as the first stage continues its re-entry. Data from New Hampshire
Position at New Hampshire.
coming in. There's our confirmation from data from New Hampshire as Bermuda data continues. Second stage data looks good as the first stage re-entry continues. 6 minutes into the flight. First stage re-entry burn is now about to begin.
Stage 1 entry burn has started.
And about a minute from now, we'll have the landing burn.
And stage 1 entry is shut down.
First stage AFTS has saved.
Coming up now on the first stage landing. Second stage continues to burn nominally.
Stage 1 is transonic.
First stage coming back to SpaceX.
Landing burn has started.
SpaceX landing site 1. There are the twin sonic booms.
Landing legs have deployed. Stage 1 touchdown confirmed. Landing operators moving 11.100 on recovery net.
Stage 1 shut down. Meanwhile, we're only about a minute away from the second stage shut-off with Sol.
Second stage AFTS has saved.
Getting ready for spacecraft separation. Spacecraft separation occurs at 10 minutes 23 seconds. We are now 1 minute away from Dragon spacecraft sep. Second stage has shut off. It looks good. Setting up for spacecraft separation here in about a half a minute.
Newfoundland acquisition of signal.
Dragon deploy.
And Dragon has separated. Spacecraft separation. Dragon now also able to communicate through the tracking and data relay satellite. Oh, 11 minutes into the mission. Congratulations to the launch team from the Air Force Eastern Range for a good flight. Mission control from SpaceX's Hawthorne Mission Control Center, now controlling. Mission control in Houston, also now following Dragon from Houston Space Station Mission Controls. Now that Dragon has separated, Dragon available to Houston through the tracking and data relay satellite system. This is our SpaceX Launch Control Center at Cape Canaveral, where the flight was controlled today, the launch. And the solar arrays are now deploying right on schedule. That process takes about 2 minutes to complete.
We have LOS at New Hampshire.
Data now coming from Newfoundland. And the array Arrays appear to have deployed successfully. Falcon 9 first stage now being safed at SpaceX Landing Site 1 at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station. Re-entry and touchdown for the first stage fully successful. We're 15 minutes into the mission. Next major event from the Dragon, which will come through the Tracking Data Relay Satellite System, will be the Dragon Guidance Navigation and Control Bay door opening, which occurs at launch plus 2 hours, 19 minutes. Meanwhile, looking for confirmation that we're power positive through the solar arrays, but the deployment has gone nominally. "17 minutes into the mission. This is Space Station Mission Control Houston. Meanwhile, the Dragon being monitored from the SpaceX.
Newfoundland expected loss of signal.
From the SpaceX Control Center. We're now 18 minutes into the mission. We've had a very successful launch of the Falcon 9 and a return to the launch site as well for the first stage. Dragon data now being looked at by SpaceX and Hawthorne, as well as Mission Control Houston. And at this point, we will wrap up our launch broadcast and transition into our replays of the launch, and that will lead us to our post-launch news conference